Boundaries are really all about you. Yes. I know that may come as a bit of a maybe revelation. It certainly is for me. It's been a growing awareness. Excuse me, my eyes just a little dry. And yeah, it's so natural to want to um, blame the other person, try to change the other person. If we've been in a relationship for a while and we're really wanting them to do something or not do something, and it can be so painful and so frustrating to be in that place. And I think many of us have this belief that if they love me, if they like me, then they will do this or they won't do this. And I know I was there for a long time with my ex-husband. I really thought that he should change to do the things I wanted him to do. I really didn't understand boundaries at all. And so, I went to Al-Anon and I heard this story, and I'll share it with you. And I might twist it up a bit, but it's about this person. And one day they go out and they're sitting under a tree and birds start pooping and it's landing on their head, it's landing on their shoulders. And they sit under that tree all day long, complaining and being frustrated, being angry at those birds. Why are you pooping on me? Stop pooping on me. And they, they're just not feeling happy at all in that space. And they go home, and the next morning they get up again and they're walking towards that tree and they think, maybe I'll go sit down under a different tree, or maybe I'll just actually sit in this nice grassy big field where there's no birds above me and nothing is going to be pooping on me, so I can just enjoy this lovely day and relax. And that is basically, I feel like it's really a mental image of what boundaries are. When we put ourselves in a space that where behaviors are triggering things in us, then of course it's going to, we're going to have feelings of, anger or even confusion as to why is this happening. But if we put ourselves in a space where, I feel safe, I feel secure here, then everything starts to change. So really think of a boundary is like you're creating this environment, this space around you where you decide what kind of behaviors, what kind of people, what kind of values you want to have in that space. And then it gets kind of exciting, right? You get to decide who is in your space, what kind of things you want to include there. And of course, it's not always that easy. I'll give you one sort of tip. You can divide it into requests and requirements. So a request is something that is nice to have, and a requirement is a must-have. So one example is, let's say, being late. So think about maybe you have a friend and you've been friends for a few months and it's going well and you really like this person and you're sharing lots of interests and things in common, but they keep coming late. And sometimes it's 10 minutes late, sometimes it's 15 minutes late, and a couple times it's even been 20 minutes late. And then you're like, argh, right? And maybe that triggers in you feelings like, maybe I'm not that important to her, or wow, she doesn't seem to really like me. So that's the kind of feelings that could bring up. So then it's up to us to decide, well, is being on time going to be a requirement that someone has to always be on time or even early? Or is it maybe just a request that you're going to allow maybe a little bit of flexibility there, and it's okay if they're 3 minutes late or even 5 or 7 minutes late. So then it's up to you to start to decide what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. And that's not easy either, because if you've already developed a bond with this person and now, oh my gosh, they're showing up late all the time, what do? You know, your heart is already in this relationship. That's where the really difficult work begins of, yeah, is this a relationship I want to keep? Is this a relationship I need to let go of? It's very, very difficult. So we really have to dig deep and just make these really sometimes tough decisions. So I always say, be patient and be gentle with yourself. Have lots of compassion. So yeah, when we have clearer and firmer boundaries, we really begin to create this space for us to flourish, where we feel safe, where we feel comfortable. And those are so important for highly sensitive people. And you'll find that once you start doing this, creating your own rules and how you want your environment to be, you'll find that you are, you know, feeling more secure, feeling happier, and you can start to live with greater well-being, greater happiness, and greater flourishing. So I hope that brought you some sort of insight today. I am Donna Schuster. I am an empowerment coach and a spiritual guide for highly sensitive women. And you can find me at boldnessblooming.com. Thanks for watching.